last call came an hour ago. Still wiping rings off the scarred old wood. Your name's carved deep on my right hand, right where your empty glass once stood.
Neon's buzzing like a bad old joke. Bartenders talking, but I ain't there. I drink your shadow from this bottle, chase it with a crooked prayer.
Jukebox stuck on the saddest year, the winter song we can never skip. I taste cheap gin and our first kiss, both going quiet on my lips.
You said you changed when the snow didn't melt, but spring came round, you just sank slow. Now every bar stool knows our story, poured out and left with nowhere to go.
We're just whiskey ghosts in an empty room, on the corners chasing the truth. Two cracked hearts in a cracked old glass, watching the future look like the past. You on my tongue, me on your breath, dancing with all the things we regret. Yeah, whiskey ghosts hanging on too long, out of tune love in a closing song.
Still sit where you used to sit, leave your seat open, talk to thin air. Oh, order your drink out of habit, pretend you're late, pretend you care.
I walk by and I see your truck, same any door by the alley light. You're in there drowning what we ruined. I keep on driving through the night.
How many shots till the film burns out, till your face fades from the frame?
How many nights on this barroom cross before we stop carving our name? We're just whiskey ghosts in an empty room, on the corners chasing the truth. Two cracked hearts in a cracked old glass, watching the future look like the past. You on my tongue, me on your breath, dancing with all the things we regret. Yeah, whiskey ghosts hanging on too long, out of tune love in a closing song. Lights come up, but we don't leave, just pale reflections in the chrome.
Two whiskey ghosts at separate doors,
Same old day, walking home. Last call's been over, but the light's still low. Bartender's wiping what he already knows. My glass holds a river of things I can't change. Your name's in the bottom,
staring back through the stain. I trace my ring finger where the promise wore thin. You said you get sober, I said I let you in. Now I sit in your shadow on this cracked leather seat. Every laugh in this room sounds hollow and cheap.
we're just whiskey ghosts, haunting our old mistakes, talking to the smoke like it talks back and stays. Every sip, every story just circles the drain. Two hearts at this bar, drown in the same old pain.
Hey, yeah, the same old pain.
Yeah, the same old pain. You ask how I'm doing, I lie with a grin. Say I'm getting through it, while my hands still shake again.
I remember your doorway, my boots by your bed, how I left in a sunrise and killed what we had. I remember that motel with the curtains half torn. You promised forever, then you slept through the storm. Now your eyes keep avoiding the scars that you made, but my voice keeps on cracking every time I say your name.
We're just whiskey ghosts, haunting our old mistakes, talking to the smoke like it talks back and stays. Every sip, every story just circles the drain. Two hearts at this bar, drowning the same old pain.
Drowning in the same old pain.
Drowning the same old pain.
Drowning in the same old pain.
Drowning the same old pain. You say if I'd stay,
I say if I'd believed.
we trade broken futures
like cards up a sleeve.
This room full of strangers
Can't hear what we mean as we toast to the wreckage of what we could have been.
what we could have been. We're just whiskey ghosts, haunting our old mistakes, talking to the smoke like it talks back and stays.
If tomorrow finds mercy, we'll still wear this stain. Two souls in an empty bar calling each other's name. Two souls in an empty bar calling each other's name.
Ash in the ashtray, lipstick on the rim, same old crack bar stool where I learned my sins.
Neon buzzing over an empty row of chairs. I drink like there's an answer at the bottom of this glare.
I swore I wouldn't come here, but the cab knew my name.
Passed by a road corner like a rerun of a flame.
Your jacket on that hook there, dust where hands should be.
I ordered what you ordered just to sit with your ghost and me.
Here's a whiskey at closing time. To every word we cross like lines. You chose the bottle, I chose the door. Now we haunt this room like we did before. Raise one more glass to what we lost that night. Whiskey at closing time. Cuts deeper than the fight. Remember that December, you sang over the crowd. We were laughing at the future. We were foolish, we were loud.
Now the jukebox sounds hollow. Every chorus slurs your name. I chased fire down my throat till I forgot who took the blame.
You said I'll do better, with a tremor in your grin. Then left me at the counter with the cold and all your gin. Now I trace our initials on this watering wood. Ask myself if I forgive you, even if I could. Here's a whiskey at closing time. To every word we crossed like lines. You chose the bottle, I chose the door. Now we haunt this room like we did before. Raise one more glass to what we lost that night. Whiskey at closing time.
Cuts deeper than the fire. If you'd walk back through that doorway,
If you'd say you're finally done,
I'd set this glass down slowly.
I'd stop staring at the sun.
But it's easier to remember than to learn to do what's right. So we drink to distant versions of the ones we left that night.
Here's the whiskey at closing time. To every vow we underline. You love the burn, I love the lie. Now truth sits warm in this cheap rye. Raise one more glass to what we'll never find. Whiskey at closing time.
And you're still in my mind. Bartenders flipping dead bottles.
Last call flickers on,
We stay in different shadows.
but the same old song.
When the lights go dark and the keys all chime, all that's left is us and whiskey at closing time.
Neons have burned out. The last call was an hour ago. Bartenders cleaning ashtrays, saying, man, you ought to go.
But I'm talking to your shadow in this cracked gold frame glass, chasing that one good memory through the bottom of my glass.
Door
Creaks like it knows me. Same stool, same crooked view. I said I'd quit this circus, but it's the only place with you.
Your laugh lives in the corners, in a joke you never told. Every swallow stings a little, every ice cube feels like cold. Whiskey when it rains, rains when I remember. We were young, too drunk to care. Now we're old enough to know better, but we're stuck in this bar like ghosts in our own veins. Call it love, call it pain, call it whiskey
When it rains,
Your lipstick on my collar was the color of goodbye. You walked out into the morning, I crawled back into my lies.
every shot I was a promise I betrayed. Now the jukebox plays our history in a key I never changed.
I still wear that worn-out jacket. Smells like smoke and second chances. We were tangled on that back porch. Bad decisions, slow romances.
I replay the words you muttered like a scratched up second side. Baby, I ain't built for staying. Then you left and never tried.
Whiskey when it rains, rains when I remember. We were young, too drunk to care. Now we're old enough to know better, but we're stuck in this bar like ghosts in our own veins. Call it love, call it pain, call it whiskey when it rains.
I keep thinking one more night might turn the bottle into truth.
I keep wishing one more round might pour me back to you.
Ooh.
But the shelves are lined with maybes,
And the floor is stained with vows. We ain't leaving what we ruined. We're just learning to sit it out.
whiskey when it rains, rains when I remember. We were young, too drunk to care. Now we're old enough to know better, so we drink to our sins and the things we can't explain. Raise a glass to what we wasted. Yeah, whiskey when it rains on.
You stare into your empty, I stare into mine. Two reflections in a mirror, waiting on a different time.
Lights flicker, chairs turn over.
But the hurt, it still remains. So we'll meet here again tomorrow under whiskey when it rains.
Glass ring on the counter, same stool, same stain. They wiped up the liquor, but they never wiped your name. Bartender kills the neon, leaves the TV on low. I talk to my reflection in a bottle I still owe.
A jukebox in the corner plays the year we met. I hum along half-hearted, try to drown that old regret. I trace a heart in sawdust and smear with my hand. Guess I never learned the difference between goodbye until I can.
Whiskey kept your name on my tongue, every shot another song unsung. We were young, we were cruel, we were flames on the run. Now it's just me and these stains, counting every little cost of our games. Whiskey kept your name, whiskey kept your name.
I remember your laughter cutting through the smoke, how we made those faithful promises like everyone was a joke. I kept cash in the jukebox for the nights he came back through. Now the change jar's sitting empty, just like the bar and you.
I remember your jacket on the back of that chair, the nights you left it hanging just to say you'd still be there. But the door learned your silence like it learned your stride.
Now it barely even opens, just a sigh on the night.
Whiskey kept your name on my tongue, every shot another song unsung. We were young, we were cruel, we were flames on the run. Now it's just me and the last of our games. Whiskey kept your name. Whiskey kept your name. I said I'd quit you like I quit this place,
but I'm slow to leave what I can't replace.
I pour one more line of cracked old glass,
toast the ghosts that gather when the nights won't pass,
and we drink to the days that never come back. Whiskey kept your name on my tongue, every shot another song unsung. We were young, we were cruel, we were flames on the run. Now it's us and these stains, two bar stools in the dark like a frame. Whiskey kept your name. Whiskey kept your name.
Bartender stacks the chairs, leaves our glasses where they are, 'cause some messes just belong to the memory of this bar.
If I leave,
will it follow?
If you stay,
will it change?
Either way, we're still here. Whiskey kept your name.
Whiskey kept your name.
Have melted candle, burned down to glass, jukebox quiet, playing ghosts of the past.
Bartender yawning, eyes on the clock, but I keep on talking to this watered down shot.
You left your old lighter on the stool by the door, same scuff on the counter, same stain on the floor.
I said I forgave you, guess I mostly lied, 'cause I still taste the leaving in the back of my mind.
We're just whiskey-stained ghosts in an empty bar, fading in the dust where the bar stools are. Every bad decision on a shelf in the dark, like bottles with our names on the labels and scars. If I'd walked away sooner, if you just stayed clean, would we still be strangers in the same old dream? Two cracked reflections in a clouded jar, whiskey-stained ghosts in an empty bar. I still hear your laughter
in the tilt of my glass.
You were my good future.
I chose my bad past.
I chased every wrong thing
till the right things ran.
Now I drink to forget,
but I remember who I am. I learned how to leave you, but I sleep in your shirt. Guess I like the reminder of familiar hurt.
I trace all our promises
on the rim of this glass. Every word we wasted comes floating back.
We're just whiskey-stained ghosts in an empty bar, fading in the dust where the bar stools are. Every bad decision on a shelf in the dark, like bottles with our names on the labels and scars. If I'd killed my craving, if you dropped that lie, would we still be nursing what we let die? Two cracked reflections in a cloudy jar, whiskey-stained ghosts in an empty bar.
You say you don't need me,
You say you moved on,
so why are we here?
Why does it feel wrong?
This room keeps repeating the life we let fall, like a last call echo down an endless hall.
We're just whiskey-stained ghosts in an empty bar, fading in the dust where the bar stools are. Every past mistake in the glare of the sun, like a slow confession at closing time. If we broke in sooner, if we loved less hard, would it hurt this quiet? Would it cut this sharp? Two cracked reflections in a clouded jar, whiskey-stained ghosts in an empty bar.
Bartenders waiting,
Lights start to fade.
guess we haunt this corner till the night forgets our names.
Neon buzzing over dusty wood, two more chairs than there should be. Your lap is hanging in the jukebox dust, right beside what's left of me. Ashtray kingdom, crooked crown, same old ghost in every glass. Name on a napkin in my pocket, folded like the past.
These empty bottles, heavy heart,
Lined up like our broken parts,
every swallow, every start.
just a way to drink in the dark.
We keep talking to the same old scars and empty bars.
One more round for the roads we burn.
One more toast to a love unlearned.
We keep reaching for a different start.
With empty bottles, heavy hearts. You said forever in a parking lot, engine off, hands still shaking. Now it's last call in a lonesome song. In a tab I keep on faking.
I see you leaving in the smear of lights on this glass that won't stay clean. If regret had a flavor, baby,
It tastes like you and me.
these empty bottles,
Heavy heart,
lined up like our broken parts.
every swallow, every star.
Just a way to drink in the dark. We keep talking to the same old scars
And empty bars.
One more round for the roads we burn.
One more toast to a love unlearned.
We keep reaching for a different start.
With empty
Bottles, heavy heart. You walk in, we walk out, or just pull up the same old seat.
oh, we change or would we chase the same fire, the same defeat?
Bartenders wiping down our history. Floor's a graveyard of goodbye. Funny how the things we kill still look so alive.
These empty bottles, heavy heart.
Lined up like our broken part.
Every swallow, every start.
Just a way to drink in the dark.
We keep talking to the same old scars and empty bars.
One last round, then we pay the price.
For every comfort, every lie.
Walking out into a quiet sky, still carrying these heavy hearts.
And empty bottles in our minds.
Empty bottles in our minds. bartender's wiping the same old glass. My coat on the stool beside me, like it's waiting for our past.
Your shadow sitting right where you used to, lip print fading on a chip rim. I raise this shot to the silence, like it's you I'm drinking in. Here's to the whiskey ghosts dancing in the dust on these broken roads. Every wrong turn, every lost hope, we left them in the dark, now they're calling us home. Here's to the words we choked, burning up slow in the back of our throats. If I could go back, God knows I'd drown those memories before they drowned us both.
Clock on the wall is barely ticking, like it's scared of another day. My hands still smell like your jacket, and though you threw that thing away,
there's a crack in the glass where I'm staring. Looks just like the line you drew between what we were and what you wanted. I crossed it for you. Here's to the whiskey ghosts dancing in the dust on these broken roads. Every wrong turn, every lost hope, we left them in the dark, now they're calling us home. Here's to the vows we broke, signed our names in the cigarette smoke. If I could go back,
God knows
I'd drown those memories before they drowned us both.
I still feel your ring on my finger when I'm reaching for the glass.
I still hear your truck in the driveway. Then remember that it's past.
We were two bad halves together,
Too much hurt in a small town frame.
now every drink's another mirror, pouring your face.
Saying my name. Here's to the whiskey ghosts dancing in the dust on these broken roads. Every wrong turn, every last hope, we left them in the dark, now they're calling us home. Here's to the nights we stole, spilling our hearts in that corner booth glow. If I could go back,
God knows
I'd drown those memories before they drowned us both.
So bartender, kill that light, let the lock catch, let the wind blow. We'll sit here with our whiskey ghosts till they finally let us go. Neon signs half gone, buzzing like it's giving up. Bartender wipes that glass, same crack in my favorite cup.
I swear this leave me alone, brown tide in a chipped old jar. Every sip tastes like you, walking out of this same dark bar.
Last call came early, when you let that door swing wide. You took the noise with you,
Left the quiet on my side.
I keep drinking these memories till they all run dry.
But the past still pours from a bottomless bottle inside. You still sit that same old stool, lean back like the years stood still, talking to the bent up chairs like they're gonna pay your bill.
I trace our names in the rings, water staining, fading slow. Every laugh we ever spilled hung around and learned to go.
Last call came early, when I watched your back turn cold. You took the songs with you, left the stories we never told. I chase these crooked flashes in the glass I hide behind, but the past still pours from a bottomless bottle inside. We were two bad habits, lighting up the same short fuse. Too stubborn to say I'm sorry, too proud to ever lose.
Now the jukebox hums our ghosts in a key that cuts too deep,
and this place keeps serving all the things we couldn't keep. Last call came early, but we stayed and watched it fade. Sat there with the bar stools like a debt we never paid.
So here's to all our failures in this slow and silent tide.
'Cause the past still pours from a bottomless bottle inside. Yeah, the past still pours from a bottomless bottle
We carry home tonight. He said, pour one for the memories, stared straight through the crooked glass. Lipstick ring on a coaster from a night that never passed.
ashtray full of old stories, names he doesn't dare to speak. Whiskey keeping every secret, dripping slow, burning weak by week.
She said leave me with a quiet, but her hands kept shaking time, tracing hearts and spilled bourbon, breaking shapes that used to rhyme.
Jukebox stuck on the same song, faded picture in the frame. She knows every word by instinct, still can't say his goddamn name.
This is last call on the no life. Every shot's another scar. All these ghosts and tilted bar stools know exactly who we are. You take blame, I take sorrow, trade our yesterdays for sleep. Last call on a no life, but the past still drinks for free. He laughs like a man in trouble, too loud for an empty room. Says I drove her out at sunrise, now I only talk to doom.
She lights one off another, eyes are cracked and crooked doors. Says I left him in the rear view, but I live here on this floor.
This is last call on a no life. Every shot's another scar. All these ghosts and tilted bar stools know exactly who we are. You take blame, I take sorrow, trade our yesterdays for sleep. Last call on a no life, but the past still drinks for free. He says, if I'd stayed, would it matter?
She says,
If I begged, would you change?
two cracked glasses on the counter.
Same old hurt and different names. This is last call on an old life. Every shot's another scar. Empty bar and one dim exit, but it never gets that far. You take blame, I take sorrow, toast the ghosts we couldn't keep. Last call on an old life. Close your eyes and count the sheep. He said,
pour one for the memories.
She said,
make it one for me.
two low voices on the sidewalk fade like smoke into the street.
Neons half burned on the window, ashtrays full, but this room's bare.
Bartender's counting his tips like I ain't even here. Your ghost is in that mirror, lipstick print on my glass.
Every swallow tastes like yesterday, coming back too fast. Last call came too late for us. We were gone by then, just dust. I keep drinking what we wasted, all these bottles, all that faith. If regret could fill this empty place, we'd be dancing in the dark, but it's just whiskey and the weight of an empty bar. You left your jacket on my chair, smell like rain and cheap cologne. still run my fingers through it, like it might bring you home. I trace our names in the water from a ring on this old wood. Tell myself you did your best when I know you never could.
We were young and mean and fearless, too proud to ever stay.
Now your name sits on my tongue like something I can't say. Last call came too late for us. We were gone by then, just dust. I keep drinking what we wasted, all these bottles, all that faith. If regret could fill this empty place, we'd be dancing in the dark, but it's just whiskey and the weight of an empty bar. You said forever in the parking lot, cigarette sparks in your eyes.
You broke that promise in a motel bed, didn't even say goodbye.
Now I toast the man I should have been and the girl I couldn't save.
Two sad saints of what we lost,
Kneeling at this grave. Last call came too late for us. We were gone by then, just dust. I keep drinking what we wasted, all these bottles, all that faith. If regret could fill this empty place, we'd be dancing in the dark, but it's just whiskey and the weight. Just this whiskey and the weight of an empty bar.
bartender stacking all the chairs,
Locks the door, kills
the glow.
We stumble out with our memories, but the past don't let us go.
Last call came about an hour ago, but the bartender knows I don't go home.
Same old stool with my name worn in, same brown bottle, same cheap sin.
I toast your ghost in the neon haze.
Watch the door, it never moves these days.
Your laugh still rings in the jukebox hum.
Every quiet night, it comes undone.
This is our empty glass gospel, where the faithful come to drown. Every memory's a bitter hymn that keeps dragging us back down. We built a church out of this barroom, poured our prayers in the amber rain. Now we're singing to the silence, paid the tab, but stayed for the pain.
You left your coat on the back of that chair, frayed old sleeve still reaching for my hand in the air. I trace the seams like I'm tracing time, back to when your lies still sounded like mine.
There's a ring in my pocket, rust on the gold burns my palm. Every time it gets cold, I lift this glass, but it tastes like years, like
First fights, last nights, and too many tears.
This is our empty glass gospel, where the faithful come to drown. Every memory's a bitter hymn that keeps dragging us back down. We built a church out of this barn, poured our prayers in amber rain. Now we're singing to the silence, pay the tab, but stay for the pain.
If I'd walked out then, would you still be here?
If I told the truth,
would you disappear?
every one more round was a one more lie.
Now the mirror shows a stranger's eyes. We keep chasing shots of yesterday, but the past don't fade, it just stays.
This is our empty glass gospel, where the faithful come to drown. Every memory's a bitter hymn that keeps dragging us back down. We built a church out of this barroom, poured our prayers in amber rain. Now we're singing to the silence, pay the tab, but stay for the pain.
Bar stools praying in crooked rows, floors stained dark with what nobody shows. Doors swing shut on the ones who remain, to worn out hearts and the smell of rain.
And the smell of rain. Last match burned down in this glass, ice melting slow like a past. Got your laugh in the back of my throat, and your name in the stains on my coat.
Neon's gone, just a flicker of blue. In the window I still see you. Every stool in this place knows your sin. Every port says you ain't walking in.
We're drinking with a whiskey ghost, calling out the ones we hurt the most. Every shot is a photograph, shaking hands and it fades to black. If I could crawl back through that door, I'd leave that bottle on the floor. But I'm the one that haunts me close, along with these whiskey ghosts.
By my bed, like a moon that forgot how to shed any light on the mess that I made. Just a circle of cold, quiet blame.
I still wear your flannel to sleep, smell the smoke in the worn out seams. Tell myself I've forgiven your lies, but my glass keeps proving that's lies. We're drinking with a whiskey ghost, calling out the ones we hurt the most. Every shot is a photograph, shaking hands then it fades to black. If I could crawl back through that door, I'd leave that bottle on the floor. But I'm the one that haunts me close, along with these whiskey ghosts. One more round for the roads we chose.
Then we vanished in the smoke.
We're drinking with a whiskey ghost, calling out the ones we hurt the most. Every shot is a photograph, shaking hands and it fades to black. If we could crawl back through that door, we leave that bottle on the floor. But we're the ones that hold us close. Just two more whiskey goes.
Just your shadow, just my scar. Empty bar, empty chairs and rows.
And our love, just whiskey goes. Melted ice in a glass I never finished. You're laughing, the jukebox and the record just diminished. Bartender wipes the counter like he's trying to scrub me clean. But there's lipstick on this memory that I still can't get between.
Neon scars the window on this almost empty room. Your shadow on that bar stool still leans into my ruin. I trace the ring you left there in a circle made of burn. Every swallow tastes like questions and answers that don't return.
We were too young for that old bottle, too proud to say we were wrong. Now the only thing that ever stayed was the burn that lingers on. You left when the night lost all its flame, but the whiskey kept your name.
Oh, yeah, the whiskey kept your name.
I still hear you slur, I'm sorry, over some cheap bitter pour. We were breaking every promise just to buy a little more.
Now the clock above the doorway ticks slow like it's ashamed of the way I chase your ghost around and blame it all on what we drank.
I walked out in the silence, thought the dark would make me break. Tried to drown you in a distance, but the night just dug a grave. Now I'm back in this same corner with my tired, shaking hands, trading sips for old forgiveness that never understands.
We were too young for that old bottle, too proud to say we were wrong. Now the only thing that ever stayed was the burn that lingers on. You left when the night lost all its flame, but the whiskey kept your name. Yeah, the whiskey kept your name. If I quit this place tomorrow, would you finally fade away?
If I poured it down the gutter, would my mouth forget the taste?
Or are we carved in every corner of this bar?
Are we buried in the bottom
Of a heart-shaped jar? We were too young for that old bottle, too proud to lay it all down. Now the only thing that ever stayed is the echo of that sound. You left when the night called out your train, but the whiskey kept your name. 'cause the whiskey kept your name.
Last call came an hour ago. Bartender's wiping down the same old glass. My coat's on the chair like it might still leak, but my boots stay nailed to the past. That picture of us in the jukebox glow, you laughing so hard you could barely breathe. Funny how the liquor took all those nights, left the worst ones here with me.
You always said you'd quit in the spring, said the cold made the burn feel right. But April bled into August again, and the bar kept your name every night. I poured out promises straight on the rocks, watched them circle the drain in the sink. Guess the truth is I was just one more thing you were too damn scared to drink.
Whiskey took the pictures, left the frames, kept the faces, lost the names. We were beautiful disasters in the dark. Now it's just two ghosts in an empty bar. Every sip rewinds, then slips away. Same old hurt in a different glass each day. Whiskey took the pictures, left the pain, and we keep pouring it again.
Crooked heart right beside my faded initials there. I trace it with the hand that shakes too much to ever hold you like I care.
I remember your laugh.
Yeah, but not while we fought, just a slam door in a spinning room in a cab I never took to chase you down, 'cause the bottle called louder than you.
I walked by this place just to prove I'd heal, but the window pulled me right back in. Same old neon hum on the cracked wood floor, same old ache dressed up as sin. You stare at your glass like it might confess every wrong that you let slide, but the truth is written on your busted knuckles and the way you can't meet my eyes. Whiskey took the pictures, left the frames, kept the faces, lost the names. We were beautiful disasters in the dark. Now it's just two ghosts in an empty bar. Every sip rewinds and slips away. Same old hurt in a different glass each day. Whiskey took the pictures, left the pain, and we keep pouring it again. If I loved you half as hard as I love this bird,
if I'd walked away the first time I felt it turn,
maybe you and me'd be a story folks tell.
not a warning scratching bathroom stalls in hell.
But here we stand, last ones under these dead lights,
trading sorries for another round tonight.
Whiskey took the pictures, left the frames, kept the faces, lost the names. We were beautiful disasters in the dark. Now it's just two ghosts in an empty bar. Every sip rewinds, then slips away. Same old hurt in a different glass each day. Whiskey took the pictures, left the pain, and we keep pouring it again.
Bartenders stacking chairs like closing prayer.
We're the last mistake that still sits there.
One more swallow, one more try.